Next, we want to examine something called the law of large numbers. And this law states that as your number of trials increases, your relative frequency of an event, we'll call it A, is going to approach the theoretical probability P parentheses A. So we can illustrate this by looking at a coin toss simulator. And I've marked one out here, and I encourage you to go to that simulator and work some tosses similar to what I do. So we're gonna, so I pulled this simulator up here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our number of tosses here. I'm gonna have you guys do it for 100, but why don't you set your number of tosses to 50? I'm sorry, we'll set it to 50. You guys can set it to 100. And then we're gonna press toss here. And what this line graph is it's looking at the probability of heads. You can see that vary here as you continue tossing. And so now we've done 50 tosses. We had 23 heads out of 50.46. Now theoretically that should be 0.50, right? So notice that it kind of jumps around at the beginning and then sort of levels off. Well, let's toss again. I'll do 50 more tosses. And so now we're at 0.460. Let's toss again, see if we get any closer to 0.50. So you can see that it kind of jumps around here. Now it's at 0.467. That's a little bit closer to 0.50. So as we keep going, we would think that this should get closer and closer to 0.50 if we're flipping a fair coin. And 465 actually went down a little bit there. Let's toss one more time. You can see that this is experiment. The relative frequency is going to jump around a little bit. But the more and more tosses you do, this should get closer to, 0.48. So it's even getting closer now to 0.50. So we did number of tosses is 50. You guys tried number of tosses is 100. What do we see happening to the relative frequency? Well, the long-term relative frequency here looks like it is approaching 0.50, which is the theoretical. Probability of heads. So I encourage you to experiment with that a little bit and see how this law of large numbers works in a simulation.